Good morning, students. In today's English class, we are going to learn the poem On Killing a Tree by Gieve Patel. Okay, now we'll see about the poem. The poem On Killing a Tree presents the simple act of uprooting a tree. The poet Gieve Patel explains the slow and the painful process of killing a tree. The pain felt by the tree dominates the whole poem. This poem is taken from the Poet's collection, poems published in 1966. So now, question 1. What is the main focus of Gieve Patel's poem on killing a tree? It focuses on option A, the process of growing a tree, option B, the process of harvesting crops, option C, the process of uprooting a tree, option D, the process of making paper from trees. And the answer is option C, the process of uprooting a tree. Now let's see about the poet. The poet Gieve Patel was an Indian origin poet, playwright, painter, as well as a physician. He belonged to a group of writers who had subscribed themselves to the Green Movement. This Green Movement is involved in the effort to protect environment. His poems speak of deep concerns for nature and expose man's cruelty to it. His famous works include Evening, Forensic Medicine, and From Bombay Central. He has also penned three plays. Question 2. What is the main theme of Gieve Patel's poems and writings? It reflects his concern for option A, concern for animals, option B, concern for nature, option C, concern for pollution, option D, concern for birds. The answer is option A, concern for nature. Now I'm going to read stanza 1. It takes much time to kill a tree. Not a simple jab of the knife will do it. It has grown slowly, consuming the earth, rising out of it, feeding upon its crust, observing years of sunlight, air, water, and out of its leprous hide, sprouting leaves. I repeat, stanza 1. It takes much time to kill a tree. Not a simple jab of the knife will do it. It has grown slowly, consuming the earth, rising out of it, feeding upon its crust, observing years of sunlight, air, water, and out of its leprous hide, sprouting leaves. So in stanza 1, the poet says that a simple cut does not destroy a tree. It takes a long time to kill a tree. A sudden rough blow or a snap of the knife will do nothing to destroy a tree. So it takes many much time to kill a tree. It is not an easy job to kill a tree. It has grown strong by observing many elements of the earth. It has observed nutrition, soil, and sunlight, water, etc. And thus many leaves has grown from it. Let's move on to second stanza. In I'm going to read stanza 2. So hack and chop, but this alone won't do it. Not so much pain will do it. The bleeding bark will heal, and from close to the ground will rise curled green twigs, miniature boughs, which, if unchecked, will expand again to form a size. I repeat. So hack and chop, but this alone won't do it. Not so much pain will do it. The bleeding bark will heal, and from close to the ground will rise curled green twigs, miniature boughs, which, if unchecked, will expand again to form a size. In stanza 2, the poet states that We need to do a lot of effort to kill a tree. According to him, a simple snap of knife won't kill a tree. It would only injure a tree which would suffer pain with its strength. The fighting spirit of the tree will soon recover its full strength. And with time, the injured bark, the bleeding bark will heal again. And the tree will go again. Green twigs and small branches will grow again on the tree. Consequently, a tree will grow into its full size. So the poet says that it's not easy to kill a tree in stanza 2. Let's move on to stanza 3. I'm going to read stanza 3. No, the root is to be pulled out of the anchoring earth. It is to be roped tight and pulled out, snapped out, or pulled away entirely, out from the earth cave. And from the strength of the tree exposed, the source white and wet, the most sensitive hidden for years inside the earth. So I repeat stanza 3. No, the root is to be pulled out of the is anchoring earth. It is to be tied, roped, tied, and pulled out, snapped out of, or pulled out entirely, out from the earth cave, and the strength of the tree exposed. The source white and wet, the most sensitive hidden for years inside the earth. So in stanza 3, we see that the poet points out the exact manner through which a tree can be killed. He states that to kill a tree completely, one has to pull out the root of the tree, which is hidden deep inside the soil under the earth. The root is the strength of the tree. It gives support to the tree. It needs to be snapped out entirely in order to kill the tree. Let's move on to stanza 4. I'm going to read stanza 4. Then the matter of scorching and choking in air and sun and air, browning, hardening, twisting, withering, and then it is done. Then the matter of scorching, choking in the sun and air, browning, hardening, twisting, withering, and then it's done. So in stanza 4, we see that the poet says that in order to kill a tree, the tree has to be uprooted. It gradually then withers, dries up in the sun, and hardens up and loses color and turn brownish. So we see that finally the process is over and finally the tree is killed. In conclusion, we see that throughout the poem, the poet is trying to tell us ways to kill the tree, but sarcastically is telling how humans are cruel to human beings, cruel to trees. Okay, so that's a question for you guys. What does the tree feed from the crust? Option A, fruits, nuts, veggies. Option B, wind, fire, air. Option C, waste, plastics, paper. And option D, water, minerals, nutrients. The correct answer is option C, water, minerals, nutrients. Let's move on to hard dictions. So, the meaning of the word jab is to poke. The meaning of the word jab is to poke. The meaning of the word leprous is covered with scale. The meaning of the word leprous is covered with scales. And the meaning of the word miniature is very small. The meaning of the word miniature is very small. Here's a question for you guys. What is the meaning of the word jab? Just now we have learned it. Option A, to initiate. Option B, to poke. Option C, to provoke. Option D, to fight. The answer is correct. Option B, to provoke, to poke. So let's move on to poetic device. The major poetic device in this poem is personification. What is personification? We must have learnt it in previous class. Personification is a figure of speech that attributes human qualities to something non-human. Examples from the poem is that the lines, the bleeding bark will heal, slowly consuming the earth. Here we see that the tree is personified as a human being that is bleeding and slowly eating up the earth. Here the words bleeding bark and consuming, etc., are usually words that are used for human beings, but it is used for um, a tree. So here we can see that tree is personified as a human being. So personification is used as a figure of speech in this poem. Let's move on to question 5. Mention the figure of speech used in the poetic line. The bleeding bark will heal. Just now we learned it. Options A, anaphora. Options B, simile. Option C, personification. Option D, repetition. The answer is option C, personification. And finally, we are going to recap the content we learned in our class. On Killing a Tree by Gieve Patel. In this poem, On Killing a Tree, the poet wants to bring out the pain of a tree on being cut. According to him, it is not easy to kill a tree. A simple jab or snap of a knife will not easily kill a tree. The tree has slowly grown, consuming the earth, eating and drinking from it. It is rising out of the earth's crust because of years of sunlight, water, air, etc. A woodcutter may cut or chop it repeatedly, but these blows will only cause injury to the trees, but it will fight back the injuries. Fortunately, it begins to heal and finally it fights back. The trunk of the tree produces curled green twigs. Finally, in order to kill a tree, the poet says that the root of the tree must be pulled out completely from the anchoring earth. So, we see that by telling the process of killing a tree, the poet has sarcastically shown us how humans behave cruelly to nature. So finally, I would like to ask you students to attend this quiz and see how knowledgeable and knowledgeable you are on this lesson that we learned today. Further, I have put reference links for you to further read about the poem. Let's discuss about it further in detail next class. Thank you, students. Have a good day.